Hello and welcome to the Boondoggle podcast, episode number 8. My name is Michelle, and I'm the person with the yellow background.
I'm Rebecca, and I'm the person with the purple background.
I'm Kelsey, and I have a green background.
Lindsay is Lindsay is the person who has a blue background, but unfortunately, due to unseen circumstances, she is unable to join us for this podcast. But hopefully she will be back with us soon. So, we have topics. What is the first one?
It started with an R.
And I think there might have been like a double? A W?
I
W? W? And
There's probably an X in there somewhere.
An X? No.
Yep.
No, I don't think so.
No? Was it a Y then?
Was it RWubwuBY?
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 RWubwuBY.
Did you guys ever hear how when they first pitched the name for RWBY, one of the guys was like, so like should we have it be a W? 'Cause won't people get confused? Like this says RWubwuBY. Like people won't get it.
So our first topic is Ruby.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about that? I read it as Ruby when
Yeah,
I
I know.
read it.
I did
So
too.
obviously it's not a big problem.
No. That person was just, they didn't understand.
That person was wrong.
Maybe you guys just get things easily, but I definitely read it as RWubwuBY.
Did you really, though?
Did you really?
No, I did not.
No. Okay, I
Okay.
didn't think so.
I wasn't sure if you were serious or not. I was like, I never heard her say RWubwuBY.
So, RWBY episode 1 premiered the 18th on Rooster Teeth's website. It will come out, I believe, the, today, I guess,
Today,
Thursday, on YouTube. And I believe that
it'll already be out by the time.
probably, it's probably out right now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I believe what they're going to do is, like, kind of stagger the episodes where the Rooster Teeth website will get the episodes first before YouTube does.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And it doesn't bother me because I can go to their website.
Yeah, really. And then people who, like, know about it and are really big fans will just go there.
If it was region blocked, I would be so angry.
I know.
That would be really
Like,
stupid
dude,
for an internet company to region
be
block
very-
their videos. Imagine how, like, limiting that would be.
Yeah. And they're all of America and nowhere else.
Yeah, they even have, like, English people working there and Australians and Canadians.
Make no sense.
So, what did you guys think of RWBY episode 1?
Oh my god.
I
It was
know.
a lot better than I expected, actually.
I know. Okay,
I loved it so much.
it was a lot better than I expected, and I was expecting a lot from it. Like, I was trying not to expect a lot from it. Because I was like, okay, well, you know, it's just like one little team working on this. It might not be that great. But I still, in the back of my head, was expecting a lot from it. And it blew me away, really.
I know. It's just fantastic. I really loved the way they introduced it, too.
Yeah, I know. The narration,
The narrator?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Whoever narrated that was amazing. And all the graphics that went along with it.
Yeah.
I just...
Very good.
It was unexpected for it to start that way.
Yeah.
And the narrator, it actually reminded me of, Lord of the Rings. Is that something...
That's probably what I was thinking of.
Yeah, because the way that it was, like, spoken and, you know, the language used, it was very Lord of the Rings-esque. Which makes sense, because people who worked on it, you know, one of them did the walk to Mordor or whatever
Yeah.
that was called.
I need to watch that.
I watched that. It's cool.
Yeah. One of the things after that intro had kind of finished, or when it started to, like, roll into the actual animation and stuff, I started to get weary just because of the way that they were walking seemed weird. And I was like, oh no. But then when people started talking and like stuff actually started happening, I was like, oh my god, you just renewed my faith in this.
Okay. Probably should say this right now. We're probably going to say stuff from the first episode that will be spoilers from the first episode.
Yes, please stop listening to this right now.
Go watch the episode. We'll have the link. Go
Yes.
watch it. Come back.
And then you will be informed and will not be spoiled.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to talk about something and, like, not.
Especially the
spoilers.
first episode or something.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what I want to start with. There's like so many things that I just.
There was the beginning when they're in the shop and they're like getting stuff.
The crystals and dust.
Yeah. And the guy goes up to Ruby and he's like, I'm mugging you. She's like, you're mugging me? He's like, I'm mugging you.
Oh.
Right before he goes to like touch his shoulder, they have her listening to the theme song.
Yeah, I know.
And it fits really well because the lyrics at the very beginning fit the moment of what's happening.
What were the lyrics?
It was they see you as just a child, but soon a warrior will run wild, and then she kicks them out the frickin' window.
And then it like progresses into actual music.
Yeah, and then it like cuts off, and then it goes into other music, I think.
Yes.
But I really love all the characters.
I know.
So far. All of them. So, especially the bad guy. I don't know what it is, but bad guy's really cool.
Yeah, I really liked his voice acting as well.
Me too.
Like, I was worried. The voice acting was probably the thing that I was most worried about with this.
Yeah.
Because most of the people they have doing it haven't done voice acting before, and they will need some practice, but it wasn't distracting at all. Like, I felt that they did a really good job.
Like, Ruby sounded good.
Yeah, I felt that she improved.
Yeah, definitely. Yang sounded awesome. So.
Yeah.
Narrator was awesome. The bad guy was everybody was awesome.
I know,
good job,
right?
guys. I applaud.
Okay, I want to try to talk about this in, like, order, because I was about to jump to something that's, like, towards the end.
What happens at the beginning? The bad guy comes in, and I'm wondering what it is they're up to. Because he's like, oh, dear, take my money. And they're like, we don't want your money. And then they go and take, like, his merchandise, which is dust and, like, these crystals.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
I guess are made from dust.
I'm wondering if this is, like, if a dust shop is magic stuff? Like, maybe you need fuel for that kind of thing?
I really love the name of the shop.
What's the name of the shop?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that!
It was, like, the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Good job. That's funny. I like it. And it sounds really cool.
It does.
Like, Dusk from Dawn is cool on its own kind of words. And then, like, Dusk from Dawn is, like, I don't know, I like it.
I enjoy it as well, now that I know about it.
It plays well with the Dust theme thing. But, a lot of the characters are kind of based, not entirely, but, like, the design and stuff are based off of, I guess, fictional characters. Because somebody comes in that is called, like, Glenda Goodwitch.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, that one, obviously, Wizard of Oz, Glenda Goodwitch. The only good witch in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
No, I know you guys
probably
wouldn't have gotten it, and that's why I'm mentioning it, because you guys never really watched The Wizard of Oz.
I did. I did.
I thought you said you didn't like it.
I liked it. You're thinking of Kelsey.
Oh, okay. No, okay. Sorry. My bad. And then she has, like, well, she's more of an associate of another guy who's called Ozpin. And I didn't get this at first, and I really kicked myself for not getting this at first. But he's supposed to be, I guess, like the Wizard of Oz or something. Because Oz Pin, and I was like, why didn't I get that? Yeah.
And kind of the whole concept of like huntresses
Mhm.
seems really interesting. The like Glenda Goodwitch or whatever,
Yeah.
her like powers seem interesting. And then there was the girl in the whatever hovercraft plane thing.
She reminded me of like a phoenix because she had
Yeah.
a feather on the side of her dress, like a peacock feather, and the way her attacks were all like they all looked flame based for one, and they all did this really kind of like mystical flame sort of stuff, which that's kind of redundant because of course it's physics. But but I really liked the one attack that Glenda did where something broke up and then she put them all together as like this kind of moving rock snake
Yeah.
that moved in the sky and like hit the or at least attempted to hit the helicopter that the bad guys were in.
Yeah.
It was a cool fight to see Glenda versus Phoenix Girl, and that's what I'm gonna call her for now until I know
Until
her
we
name.
know her.
Because that's all I have to go off of.
I'm interested to see her though, because I like
Yeah.
the whole, she seems like she'll have a good design. Just because
Yeah.
the whole like glowy arm things, that was like, yeah, I liked it.
I thought it was kind of interesting how it kind of led into, after the fight, it led into finding out that, generally speaking, you're not supposed to do stuff like fight criminals and stuff
Yeah.
if you're not, I guess, certified as a cop or a huntress.
Yeah, and I guess there's hunters too.
Yeah, which I didn't like realize at first. I thought they were like, yeah, you can go around in group and fight monsters or whatever, but I guess not. And I like that. It makes more sense. And there's some law put into this world now.
Yeah. I found it kind of weird going from like more serious like fight scene to like generic anime sort of scene with Ruby and Glenda and then the Ozpin guy.
Yeah.
Just because Ruby is very anime character.
Yeah. I still liked it though.
Yeah, I did. It was just odd.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Should we mention about what Ozpin reminds us of? Or...
Okay. So we have
This was no joke. Okay, I had gotten to watch it before Michelle did, and I was watching through it, and I got to the interrogation scene, and Ozpin walks out, and I flipped out because since the 7th grade, I think,
yes.
we've been drawing and had a character since the 7th grade that still looks the same way that he did basically from then till now, and we still like work on him and stuff. And he looks just like Ozpin.
He
Only
looks
Ozpin is older.
Yeah.
Has a bit different glasses.
Because we were on Skype together and you were like, oh my god, there's a character that looks like Fry, who is the original character that we have. And I was like, what? So I went and watched it right away. I was like, oh my god, what? This is like exactly like our character.
He kind of acts like an older version of him too.
Yeah, I know.
Which is funny.
And he wears green, which is like
Yeah.
his color, and he has the sunglasses and the white hair, and the sunglasses are different, but
yeah, the only difference is that Ozpin had like small round glasses, and our character had larger, like
rectangular
sunglasses. But that's pretty much it, and that Ozpin was older, but
that just made it all the more like better.
Yeah.
Just
it was great.
And the thing that excited me most about this first episode is we didn't really know what to expect from RWBY, like what kind of direction it was going to go in.
Yeah.
And now they're going to a school, and I love things that are like based in a school, and it seems like everybody's going to be put in 4-man groups. And I love stuff like that.
Yeah, because when they're on the plane, quote plane. I'm not really sure what it's gonna be
Quote
called.
plane.
It's not really a plane. But when they're on the aircraft, I could say aircraft.
Yes.
A guy who's looking at the view called Vomit Boy so far because he got sick from looking up too high or whatever and vomited, and he's in the is it the
Outro.
opening or
No,
is
it's
it
the outro.
I wasn't sure if they were moving that to if they're going to move that to the beginning of the show or not. But either way, in the theme song outro, you see him, and I was like, oh, there's that character again. And then he gets like surrounded by like 3 other people, and I was like, oh, they're gonna probably be in teams. That's awesome.
Yes.
And I was like, are they gonna be like a rival team? Like, what's gonna go down with them? Is there gonna be more teams that we get to see?
Probably.
Cool. It's a big school. There's more than 2 teams.
Can I say that just based, and this is probably really bad, but just based on that character in the outro, I have a feeling he's going to be one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Like, just because he looked all, like, worried and stuff, and I don't know, he just, like, stood out as a character.
Yeah. I remember seeing somebody that I follow on Tumblr, seeing one of his teammates, and it's the guy with, like, dark hair or whatever in green.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, who's dark hair green guy? And I was like, I don't know, we'll just have to find out.
Who's dark haired green guy?
But they're, like, obsessing over the character, and he hasn't even, like, been introduced really yet. So it was just kind of funny.
And then there's also the part where they're in the aircraft and like news starts playing. The news thing, like, cause it's like anime, not 3D, it's 2D, and like really threw me off. I was like, what?
It very much so. Like, you could see it a bit farther away, and it was showing the bad guy from the beginning, which, oh, I used to know his name. Rana? I don't
know.
Something. I'll look it up later. It showed a picture of him. I was like, that's funny. That doesn't look like his 3D model. And then it got closer, and I was like, that is a 2D picture. It just really threw me off.
I know.
And then it switched back over really quickly to Glenda, who was like a 3D hologram talking to everybody on the aircraft. And I was like, what? It was a weird switch over from like one news thing to like another news thing and having but it made me laugh, so that's good.
I'm so excited for this series. I can't even like explain how excited I am.
And the backgrounds for all the places are really gorgeous.
Yes.
Like when they're on the aircraft and they're going to the school, I think it's painted.
Yeah, it is.
Shop painted, because I don't know, it's just super pretty. And I was like, I keep staring at it every time that scene comes up. And it's a very, very short scene to see the outside of the aircraft. And
I know.
And I was like, I just want to stare at it. Because it's just so pretty.
Kelsey, do you have any input? How did you like RWBY?
I liked it a lot. I just don't remember all these details.
We just gave you like a summary of everything.
Like, I don't know, I watched something and I'm like, yeah, that was really good, and then I don't remember like what happened.
The only reason that I remember it is because I've watched it about 8 times.
I watched it once, so
you should watch it again right when we finish this so that you can relive the amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, did anybody else have anything they wanted to say about RWBY? Oh yeah, RWBY's also on Crunchyroll. Didn't you say that? Yeah.
Apparently.
I googled RWBY because I don't actually know why I did. But yeah, I saw that it was on Crunchyroll. Like, it's not on Crunchyroll, but there's a post about it there and a link to the video.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that because Crunchyroll is like a legitimate anime site and they're linking to RWBY.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, didn't get to mention this, but the bad guy in the episode has been in the yellow trailer.
Yeah, he was the one talking to Junior and was
Mhm.
walking away as Yang was approaching him.
I liked his cane.
Yeah.
He's a suave character. I like him.
His cane gun.
Yeah. I really like the king gun. It's fun.
He walked in with the cane, and I was like, him?
That's what it looked like. Another thing that kind of went down this past week-ish, I guess? I'm not even sure when this took place, but Comic-Con.
I think it was last weekend.
Yeah. And this is San Diego Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, so it's like the major
Yes.
Comic-Con. It's like the first one.
So lots of stuff went down there.
Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody was upset that they couldn't go because they were like, this is like the best Comic-Con ever.
Oh my god.
And it's like, oh no. I probably won't be able to go to Comic-Con San Diego for a very long time. Like when I'm rich.
Yeah, 'cause it's gonna happen.
It's happening. It's not an if, it's a when. But there's some things happening. Pretty big things in Comic-Con.
I didn't really follow Comic-Con this time. First of all, I didn't even really know it was happening until, like, after it had happened. And I don't even know how I went through not knowing that it was happening. Like, I live on the internet. How did I not know? But some of the things that I saw, well, the main thing that I saw was, really stuff relating to the Avengers. And how they released the name of the Avengers 2, which is Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes.
And I watched the clip of Tom Hiddleston coming out as Loki, and that pretty much...
That was funny.
Yeah. That made my day when I saw it.
Was there anything else with the Avengers that they released? That was...
I'm not even sure.
I think they just said the name and...
Yeah, I believe they talked a bit about, like, them filming some of the other, like, I'm trying to think of the word, like, not Avengers movies, like... like, Thor and yeah, they were talking about that a bit.
Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said they were working on that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
For what?
Captain America.
The next Captain America movie.
It's because you are Captain America.
I really liked the first one, like, a lot.
The first one was good. I think I watched it the first time at your house.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. And because we had like moments together where we were getting upset characters.
Yeah.
Which we won't say because it's not that we're going on for Comic-Con, so.
Yeah.
The other thing is
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was gonna say like Galaxy of the Guardians. That doesn't work.
There's this galaxy with a bunch of guardians. Yeah, that was...
That I saw a few things for, like, the girl playing, what's her name? Oh crap, I can't think of the name right now.
I don't know any of their names in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nebula.
Nebula?
The girl
okay.
playing Karen Gillan, I think?
Oh my god, she's gonna be in it?
Yeah, she's
What the
playing
heck?
Nebula, and I had seen some stuff before this where it was like, hey, they're asking about like her trying to like get in touch with the character or whatever, and she's like, well, and then she like took off her wig. She had shaved her hair.
Yeah, I'd seen that, and I was like, what? Why is her head
Nebula's
shaved?
fault.
But I didn't know that she was in Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd seen stuff about her shaving her head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Karen Gillan was in Doctor Who.
Oh.
She was, oh my god. Why can't I think of names? I can't think of names for anything today.
Amy Pond.
Yeah, Why do you know? Why are you able to name that?
I don't even watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, she plays Amy Pond. So now I'm super excited for that if she's in it.
Yeah. Also, something I wanted to mention that I thought was a little bit funny about Guardians of the Galaxy. I went and looked at an article online, and it had mentioned, it was like, presented some footage which is slated to open on August 1st, 2014, opposite 50 Shades of Grey.
What?
They're making a movie for that?
That's what I'm going to.
Wait, are you serious? There's a movie? Oh my god.
Yeah, they have been planning it for a while.
Oh. Just don't.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah!
I would go to that. Not the other movie. That would be awkward.
Okay, yeah. And in other superhero news, The Amazing Spider-Man 2? Did they release a teaser for that? Is that what?
It basically teased the villain.
Oh.
So,
who's the villain?
It was electric villain, and I can't think of the name. Hold on.
By teased the villain, do you mean that kids threw rocks at him?
You're a loser. No. Electro, maybe is the name.
That sounds kind of familiar. I don't really know many villains.
No,
in
I'm
superhero
kind of
stuff.
like, I know the main ones
Yeah.
stuff, and if I've seen a series or whatever, then I'll know more.
Yeah, and the last, I think,
Yeah, it's Electro.
superhero-related kind of Comic-Con news was that the new Superman movie includes Batman in it.
Yeah, so it's gonna be, I'm not sure if it's a versus, like a Superman versus Batman, or if Superman and Batman are teaming up, or where it does a thing where, like before, where it's like Superman versus Batman, and they start fighting, and then they're like, oh no, there's a villain we have to face, we must team up, and then they team up and do whatever. But it's happening.
That'd
That's
be
all
kind
we.
of interesting. I guess
They put up a little symbol for it, like as a teaser sort of thing, and it was like this Superman symbol with like bat wings.
Super
And
bad.
it made me laugh for some reason because I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me looking. It's just weird seeing Superman with like
Bat
Superman symbol, bat wings, like. The other, I guess, also related is Kick-Ass 2 has a new trailer, and I believe that was released for Comic-Con too.
Comic-Con 2.
Yeah.
The second Comic-Con.
I mean, also.
Sounded like a comeback.
I'm pretty excited for it because the trailer was pretty funny and went back to stuff from the first movie as like, I referenced stuff from the first movie that was funny.
I haven't even seen the first one.
You should. It was pretty good.
I am so behind on, like, movies. Like, I want to go see these movies, but, I mean, I live pretty much far away from anyone that I would go and see a movie with, so I don't want to go and see movies by myself.
Yeah, I get that.
So, like, I haven't seen Iron Man 3, I haven't seen the Superman movie, I haven't seen, like, anything that has come out recently. I haven't been in a theater in a while.
I heard the Man of Steel wasn't that good.
Yeah, I think I heard mixed things about it. Like, people who are into DC comics, I think, liked it a bit, but, I don't know. Or maybe it wasn't people who like DC
Maybe
comics
it's
liked it.
probably the opposite.
Probably.
I could
Fans
have
get
went to
pretty
see
picky.
that.
You could have?
Yeah, I went to see Monsters University instead.
Oh, yeah. I probably would have too.
I'm
I
not
went-
interested
saw
in
that
Superman at all.
Yeah.
No, me either. It's not that I don't like Superman, because I've seen, like, some stuff where I enjoy watching Superman.
Yeah.
It's just, as a character, all he has as a flaw is kryptonite. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I find
that's not
Superman
very
really
appealing
boring.
to me.
He's very, like, I don't know how to explain. He's annoying. Like, I can't put it any other way. He annoys me. I don't like Superman, really, at
No.
all.
I've never been invested in Superman or Batman.
Yeah. Those are, like, the ones that people like a lot, and I've never really gotten
Yeah.
into. Like, a lot of DC superheroes I haven't really gotten into. Just
Yeah.
because I don't find them as relatable, I guess.
Yeah.
I just find them boring
Yeah.
or angsty. But I mean,
Angsty. I think
angst
that's
is kind
it.
of an important thing.
But
to
if
an
you're
extent.
too angsty, it
My parents are dead.
Yeah. That gets to be a little much.
So anyway, Comic-Con.
Also relating to, I think, the Avengers.
Mhm.
Maybe Thor. Loki came out on stage.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
I thought that was my move before. It was funny. Sorry. Go away from that.
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
No, it was something related to that, I think. Anyway, so what was the other thing that I was interested in? Supernatural spin-off
Yeah.
announced, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm-
It was when they were talking about season 9 and
Yeah.
how that's coming out. And they said episode 20, they're doing an episode where the spin-off characters
will
are
be
in
introduced.
it, and it focuses around, them. And
It's
then,
going to be more city-based, I think is what they said.
yeah, it's more like an urban, whereas like Supernatural, they go on the road and they go to
Yeah.
different small towns and live in hotels and motels. 'Cause hotels
Living in a hotel wouldn't be so bad.
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe they got a little apartment, the new guys or gals or whoever.
Yeah,
in
no,
the
I'm
spin-off.
so interested to see like who the characters are that the spin-off is based around. When I
Mhm.
first read Supernatural spin-off, I don't know why, but the first thing that I thought of was if you've ever seen Supernatural, you might know of the Ghost Facers.
Oh my god.
Imagine them in a spin-off.
Oh my god.
That would be.
I'd watch that.
I would so
They-
watch that.
They did have that short kind of episode or whatever.
They've been in
They
multiple
focus.
episodes.
But no, there was a special thing that you could
Oh,
watch
yeah.
on
It was
on one of the
region
seasons.
blocked.
Yeah.
I had watched it. It was on season 4, maybe?
Is it
Maybe
actually
5.
Is it actually on the discs? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It might have been hidden, or it might have just been a ghost face or something. Because they have hidden stuff throughout the discs.
Do
that-
they?
Yeah.
What do you mean by hidden?
Like little Easter eggs where you go to the left or something, and like an image on the left is clickable.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Did I miss out on all of this stuff? I'm mad. Now I have to go back and watch all of the discs. Oh, what? Oh my god. Crap.
She's gonna have to go through every disc.
Every
to see
single freaking that's a lot of discs.
what there
Wait,
is.
so which Ghost Facers thing did you miss?
Well,
It was
I've
a long
probably seen it.
episode.
Like, what?
Did you ever see the full episode with them?
There's multiple episodes with them in it.
I know, but
There
like
was
it's
an episode that wasn't in the show that focused solely on the ghost
on
face.
them. Yeah.
Did it have like Castiel in it? Because I might
No.
have seen it. Oh,
No. Because I think I've seen that one too, and I quoted it to you, and you were like, "What?"
How did
And I was like, no, you should know.
What did you
How
quote
did
to
I
me?
see this?
What did you quote to me?
Kelsey's knowing things that you don't know.
I know!
That's like your favorite things.
I'm supposed to be, like, internet culture. That counts as internet culture. What? Oh, I'm so upset right now. What did you quote to me?
I don't remember anymore.
Crap!
I'm sorry, this is really funny.
No! My life is crashing down before me. Oh!
I know that I wrote one thing down on my phone, but I don't know if it's from that episode.
What the actual...
And that was,
Where did...
rats are like the rats of the world.
Wait. Yeah. I remember you saying that, and I was like, what the heck are you even talking about? Oh my god.
It was on TV. I watched it on TV.
Crap. Now I have to look up how to unlock all the friggin' Easter eggs, all the friggin' supernatural I'm mad.
I thought the Ghostfacers thing, it was season 5 that the
It's
Ghostfacers
called
episode is in.
The Ghostfacers pilot or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was an Easter egg. I think it was just in the special features.
Well, maybe, I don't think I've gotten to season 5 on the discs yet, so that might be why. But,
Maybe.
I mean, as if,
You're going to have to.
as if Kelsey knew about it, and I
know.
frickin' didn't.
I texted him. I seriously, I was like, I'm gonna write some of these down because this episode is gold, and then I'm gonna send them to Michelle. And you were like, what? And I was like, you should know this, man.
Oh. I'm disappointed
She's
in my
not
life.
any of these. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, we just need to move on from this, because it's making me
before
legitimately
Michelle
upset. Alright, so what else happened at Comic-Con? Oh, Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
They showed a trailer for that, and had, like, a panel and stuff. I almost sneezed, sorry.
I like the way book 2 is kind of looking.
It looks really nice.
It's
like,
very colorful, and I like that because Republic City was very, I guess the word I'm looking for is technical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's because, you're doing a city, it's supposed to look kind of
Advanced.
fancy. Yeah, and
I
really like all the color.
I don't know what to think about it as a whole, though, because it looks like it'll be really nice, but after the first season, I just don't know what to expect storyline-wise, because it was kind of bad.
Because book 1 looked like it would be really good, too.
Yeah.
And it was good at the beginning, and
then
I
it just...
enjoyed watching it.
The end was good in regards to, like, unveiling stuff, but, I'm not sure what to expect from this.
Was not so good.
It seems like it could just be, like, a new series. Like,
I think Mako needs an attitude adjustment.
yeah, stuff needs to happen with that, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited for it anyways. Interested to see what they do after all that happened, and what the kind of new story arc will be.
I'm hoping that it'll be good.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Double finger crossing.
That's what I did. I believe they had a panel at Comic-Con.
Yes.
Which I didn't get to watch yet. But...
Yeah, I had a video on it, and I meant to watch it later, but I forgot about it.
There was also, I saw a video where it had the little sneak peek they showed, I think a few months back, where it was like short animation storyboard, and it showed like Bolin having the team, and Mako being a cop, and Korra doing airbend and stuff. When they had, I saw a video recently where it was more animated, like it would be for an episode, but it was really weird kind of to watch because 1, it wasn't their voices, which I understand. 2, the animation didn't look complete.
Yeah.
For that section, and it might not be complete, it could be that they're still working on it and they just kind of showed it a
They
little bit.
probably are.
But people were getting kind of, I think they saw that and saw it as, well, the animation's bad.
Yeah.
But, sometimes it takes a little bit more time, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
probably
like
just a little sneak peek that it was like, this is what it looks like right now, and we're going to show you what it looks like later when it comes
it's
out.
like showing an early beta for a game and people think, "Oh, this is the game," when it's not finished.
Yeah, I think something similar happened with Attack on Titan, where the first episodes they released, they wanted to release it to show everybody what it was or whatever.
Mhm.
And then they released more of the same episode, but with better animation or more animation or something like that.
Yeah.
And which I understand and I'm totally fine with, because if you improve it, then I don't see the problem.
Yeah.
It's like you got to see it a little bit beforehand. Now you get to see it again, and it's a little bit new, and that's kind of nice. So, but I think the animation in the trailer looks pretty good though.
Yeah, it does.
Korra. It looks more fluid to me, or at least it did in the first kind of little sneak peek of it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the bending.
Mm-hmm.
The bending is very nice.
I like any animation that feels more like fluid and movementy, which can be hard to find in animes.
Yeah.
Fluid and movementy.
Movementy. I am professional terminology animation.
I am professional term.
I am professional.
I am a professional in what I do. So, was there any other?
Something I thought was funny. Matt Smith walked around. There's a video of Matt Smith walking around Comic-Con as Bart Simpson.
What?
Yeah, he put on a Bart Simpson mask, and he walked around Comic-Con.
Oh my god!
And he was like, I'm gonna walk around. He's like, nobody will talk to me. And then he was like, I'm gonna try my American accent and be American. And he started talking to people, and like, he was like, I like your mask. And they're like, thanks, I like your face. And they kept walking. He's like, nobody's talking to me. He's like, well, that was fun. And he's like, but nobody talked to me.
Could you imagine, like, if you
were... If you ignored him and then you just, like,
and
died.
then you realized that it was Matt Smith that you just ignored? Oh my god.
Could you imagine if you were, like, the one person who hung out with Bart Simpson?
And then you realized it was Matt Smith, like, he pulled off the head.
And then you're, like, buddy times, and you're like, hey, Bart, let's go get, like, a hot dog or something. And then he takes off the mask, it's like, oh no, it's Matt Smith. Everybody lost their chance.
Yeah. So, does that leave us with the catching of fires?
Yes.
I suppose so. That's most of the major news from Comic-Con.
Yeah. And I guess, yeah, catching fire is kind of major news. Well, yeah. I mean, to me it is, anyways.
It is to me.
I
guess major news depends on who you are.
Yeah. Catching Fire, they released a teaser trailer? Is that all they kind of did? I'm not really certain.
FYI to everybody, if you haven't read the books and you don't want to be spoiled for the movie, you might not want to watch the teaser. I think it was the teaser, because it gives away a little bit, I think.
Well, does it really? It depends on what you classify as a spoiler. Like, it would be hard for them to not spoil what the kind of movie is going to set up for, because then people won't know what they're going in and watching. So, yeah, because
watch it at your own risk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to talk about if you were to classify stuff that it even says in the trailer as spoilers. Like, I don't even... Because Catching Fire, the book, if you've seen the Hunger Games or read the Hunger Games, you kind of don't know what would happen in the next book or movie.
Yeah.
Like,
it's kind of like, well, what's gonna happen next? That's it, right?
yeah. And they kind of reveal, they kind of reveal what's gonna be happening in the trip. Actually, I guess they full out reveal what's gonna happen. And I mean, can I
think they reveal it more close to the end though, so you could probably like just stop right by the end.
I mean, I want to talk about it.
I know.
I want to
So,
talk, but
should we call spoilers again?
I won't talk about it, but I will say that I've read the Hunger Games trilogy, and my favorite characters come in
Yeah.
this second installment.
Yeah.
Catching Fire was my favorite out of all 3 books.
Really?
Mine was the first one.
Mine was the first one, because it was just
Like,
so smooth to read.
Yeah.
They're really close, both of them, but I think I liked Stuff and Catching Fire a little bit more.
I liked the
I
character.
thought-
It's hard to get into, because it starts off with a bunch of, like, political stuff,
I guess I liked the second half
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
is
I
what
was
I'm
just
talking
going to say that the beginning of it was a bit slow, but the characters in it are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
So,
the
yeah,
characters in
I
it.
guess the first book I like it more because I like all of it more, whereas the second book I just like
The
like
second
the
half.
part
Yeah.
is the part that really kept me reading. So.
Just gonna say that, like, if you've never, like, if you don't consider yourself a reader, picking up The Hunger Games, you might like it, because it is so smooth to read. At least I found anyways. Because I read it in one day, and I don't read books in one day.
I just liked how it had a steady pace to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Instead of, like, being slow and then picking up and then being slow again.
it was like, it had a generic kind of action sort of, I'm trying to think of the word, like, movement to it, but it
Yeah.
wasn't generic at all, so you're still interested in what's happening and just everything about it. I don't know. The Hunger Games is probably one of my favorite books.
Definitely.
Pretty
One of my
good.
favorites.
Speaking of favorite books, what is I hate using that.
Your guys's.
Your favorite books.
What is your favorite book?
What? Did that not make sense? What's your
Nothing
favorite
makes
book? Just answer the question.
Pressure.
So
Pressure.
Pressure. Kelsey. Jan
Yes.
Martell.
Life of Pi. Yes.
Life of Pi. Speaking of, Life of Pi is one of mine and Kelsey's favorite books. Right?
We
You can
read
agree
it
with
at
that, right,
practically
Kelsey?
the same time.
Yeah, I haven't read that yet. I
What?
own it.
Yeah.
I have way
Life of
too
Pi
many
is
books.
one of my favorite
It's
books,
kind of-
definitely.
It's kind of like, I guess it's kind of really slow, but it's still really interesting for me to read. So, Jan Martell
Yeah.
we can agree that was one of our favorite books. You were saying we read it
Jan
around the same-
Martell is our favorite book.
But yeah, sorry, oh my god.
Life of Pi.
Life Pi.
Yeah.
Jan Martell.
I didn't even notice I didn't notice the mistake.
Jan Martell is my favorite book of all time.
Life of Pi is my favorite author.
He has a
Pi.
certain life to him.
Because we read it around the same time, didn't we, Kelsey?
Yeah. Yeah, I started it, like, I don't know, maybe a few days before you, and then you were like, hey, I wanted to read that too. So you got the copy from the library, and then we'd, like, sit there at a table together and we'd read it.
We tried getting Lindsay to read it, but I think it might have been too slow paced.
Yeah,
Sure.
because the beginning is
Some
kind of
people
slow.
it's too
To some
slow
people.
paced. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Personally,
it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It wasn't like it was slow paced, but it was still interesting to read, and that's why I kept reading.
It was gripping.
Gripping.
I imagine that I'll enjoy it once I get around to reading it.
It's
There's-
so good.
There's a part in the book that's like our favorite part, and I don't want to mention it, but it was also a part that wasn't in the movie.
Yeah. I don't know
Kind
how
of made me upset, and I was wondering how they were going to do it.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
it
how they
didn't
would have
happen.
portrayed it though to make it as good as it was in the book. So
Yeah.
I can see why they left it out, but at the same time I was sad about it.
It added so much more
Yeah.
to like the meaning of what was happening and stuff.
And it had some funny bits to it.
Yeah,
It was so confusing, like I had to read that part over again.
I did too. I read it like at least 3 times because one, I
Yeah.
had to read it over it again to understand what was happening, and 2, I wanted to read it over again because I really liked that part.
Yeah, it's like a mind game.
Yeah, I went back to it a couple times, I think, just because
Yeah.
I liked that part so much. But another book by RWubwuBY, no, I'm kidding, by Yen
Oh.
Martell is that we also like is Beatrice and Virgil, which
Yeah.
at first I wasn't too sure on.
It was slow.
Like but it got really intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it stays kind of the same for the majority of the book, and then the end is like bam.
I ended up reading it in like not even a day, a few hours, I guess,
Mhm.
because it has no definite chapters. Like they have spaces in between some paragraphs that aren't connected or whatever, but I can never count those as chapters. So I was like, oh, well, there's the paragraph right there, and I just keep reading until the next one.
So there's no chapters?
No.
That would bug me so much.
Well, it's
'Cause-
really short. It's practically all one.
Yeah, that's why I read it so quickly. I was like, oh, I have to go to bed, and I went to bed, and then I woke up, and the first thing I did was read it and finish it. So,
Because for me, if there aren't chapters, it feels really daunting. Like, the book that I'm currently reading is taking me forever to finish, and I like it, but it's because the chapters are so long that I just, because I like to sit down and read a chapter and then, like, stop. But
Same.
without chapters or with really long chapters, you can't really, like, just sit down and read it. You have to dedicate time.
I usually
like-
just pick apart and I'm like, okay, there's a space there, or there's like a little symbol there, or you know what, I don't feel like reading, so then I just close it.
Yeah, I don't like doing that.
It
I
doesn't
like
bother me
short
that
chapters.
I like short chapters. If like chapters were 10 pages, I would love it because I could read like 10 pages, set the
It's
book
law.
down, or
Every
continue
chapter has to
reading.
be 10 pages
Yeah,
or shorter.
new law.
No law.
What is
That's my little tiny hammer hitting the desk.
cuckoo? Is the sound of a hammer?
Shh. You hit it twice. No.
So I guess my favorite books. I already said The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is probably one of my favorite books. I can't really say any one Harry Potter book, but the Harry Potter series in general is one of my favorites. Except
for
the
book 5.
Order of the Phoenix. I even like that book, but the beginning, it's like
I was mad at
so
everybody
long.
in that book.
It was so long to read, and being the smart person that I am, I was like, I had watched the Harry Potter movies, and I figured, oh hey, like the 4th movie's coming out soon, I'll pick up the 5th book, and I'll just, carry on from there, and it'll be perfect.
It was like the worst decision of her life.
That took me so long to get through. Oh gosh, but still, I love the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
And
I think the only thing that really kept me going for 5 was actually Umbridge.
really?
Yeah, because she was so interesting as a villain to me. Everybody else was just annoying me because they're all like, angst, I'm fighting with you. And I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
just stop fighting, I don't care. I felt like Hermione in that moment.
Yeah,
where she
really.
was like, I'm not an owl, and I was like, yeah, that.
Kelsey's like never see. Wait, no, I made you watch one of the movies, but
You made me watch 2.
yeah, no, not 2. I think it was the third one.
I picked them, but I had no choice. I had to watch them.
Yeah, you had
guys
to.
forced me.
Yeah, I was like,
we
you
both
gotta.
watched, so pick.
Anyways,
Yeah.
another of my favorite books might be, like, I haven't read it in a while, so I'm not sure if my opinion will change, but Speak by,
Lori.
I think there's, like, the word Anderson in it, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lori something Anderson. But yeah, I remember reading that, and I read it really quickly, and I don't know, something about it made me really like it.
It was good.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that was one of Lindsay's favorites too.
Yeah, it is. Hers, I think,
should
are
read it.
Speak and the Maze Runner series.
Yeah.
Lindsay really likes the Maze Runner series. We're going to include her in this book thing. Even
Yeah.
We're going to include her in this book. We're writing a book right now.
I said book thing.
But the thing was spaced out.
Yeah. The Maze Runner series, I got to book 2, and that's where I stopped.
I got to, like, the 3rd chapter of the first book.
I
Yeah.
read all of it. And I liked it. It's incredibly predictable most of the times.
Yeah.
It's still a good series. Like, I liked it. Obviously, I read it all.
Yeah.
That's what I liked the first book, but I also didn't like it because it was just so predictable to me.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with it was the perspective.
What do you...
From the guy's
the
perspective?
narration. Yeah.
How is the
Tom.
narration?
I don't know. It's weird.
I think the main guy's name is Thomas.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Was it first-person narration or third
It
person?
It was
was
like
first
first person, but he talked about himself.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I have to, like, reread that. There's, like, a movie coming out, I think, for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll probably have to reread so that I can watch the movie.
I'd have to read the third book if it actually makes it into a trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
which hopefully it will.
Hopefully. I hope it goes well.
Yeah. Another book that I really, really liked, and I wasn't expecting to like it, like, at all. I did a thing back in high school, and I think it's called the White Pine Awards, where you're supposed to read a certain amount of books and then vote on which book you thought was best, and whoever got the most votes in the country, votes in the country, got to get the White Pine Award or whatever. And I left this book until last because, which is funny, the reason why I left it last was the reason why he thought it would be a good idea or whatever, the author.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
The name is The Monkey Face Chronicles, which doesn't sound appealing to me
No,
as a name.
it doesn't.
So when I looked at it in the box, I was like, I don't really want to read that. So I left it. And then I went through a few books. 2 I was kind of like stuck on whether or not I would vote for them because they're different, but they're still both kind of good. And then the rest were kind of really sucky. And and then I was like, well, I'm gonna get one more book. And I'm glad I did, because it was a really good book. I picked it out of the box, and I started reading it, and I wouldn't stop reading it. I was in class reading it. Of course, that was like computers class, so it was like you could kind of
Oh, yeah.
sit there, and he didn't really care so much. But I went through the book really quickly, and I really loved it. And the author ended up he won the award. He ended up coming to, I think you were with me, Kelsey.
I was, yeah.
He came to our school because he was going around to different schools that did the award thing, and I was the only person in the group of people there who had read his book, and only 2 of us were doing the White Pine Award thing. and I was the only person in the whole library that had, 1, read his book, and 2, voted for his book. So that was kind of funny. And he was saying, I named it the Monkey Face Chronicles because I thought, that kind of name grabs your attention and you want to read it. And I was like, I don't want to say it, so I won't. But it did the opposite for me.
See, when I hear names of things, I get a visual image, and when I hear Monkey Face Chronicles, it feels gritty or something. Like, it doesn't feel smooth. I like smooth.
It makes me unhappy.
Yeah.
Because monkeys.
Well.
But it was a very good book that had nothing to really do with monkeys, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Other than them calling the main character Monkey Face, that's it. Because
Thank you for clarifying.
He has I forget what the condition is, but when your face is deformed by from birth or whatever, a bit.
I thought that was elephant. Never mind.
No, it's something else. Wait, you know what I mean. I can't remember what it's called right now because I just can't.
That thing that there was a movie called Elephant Man? Is it that?
No, it was like something else. I don't know. I can't think of it.
Okay,
right
whatever.
Now. Like that was the reason why, and the way it progressed, it was like really well done, and I don't know. I just really liked it. I got my book signed by the author because I went out. I was like, Mom, the author's coming. I read the book. I need to get the book so that he can sign the book. So we went into the city to go get the book. We went to a Chapters, which is like for Americans. I don't think you have Chapters, but it's a bookstore.
They have Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, it's like Barnes and Noble. It's Indigo. We went to a Chapters closer by. It was like, yeah, we don't have any. And the only place that had any was like one Chapters somewhere way off in where we didn't know how to get to. So we took like the whole night trying to get there. And there was like 3 copies of the book, and I was like, now I must compare which book is nicely, like there's no nicks or anything, or
Yeah.
So
Actually,
that was kind of funny.
having you say that reminds me of, I went to go and buy a copy of Bridge Over the River Kwai, which is a book that I read like in grade 8 because it was like the class thing. We had to read that book. And I really liked it, so I wanted to buy it, and it's been like 6 years since then. So I was like, hey, I'm finally gonna buy that. And there was 1 copy in the city. 1. And I was like, this better be in good condition. It has to be worth it. Because I've looked everywhere. It was actually in perfect condition, so I'm really happy
awesome.
with it. Yeah.
Man, you mentioned grade 8, and that reminded me of like one of my favorite books, which is Lord of the Flies.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Grade 8?
That wasn't grade 8.
Well, you said,
We were in
I
grade
know.
10, but yeah.
You said grade 8, it reminded me of school.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies was a book that we had to read for class in grade 10, and I remember like reading ahead. Like I just finished the book because I liked
me
it.
too. I believe Kelsey stopped at a certain point because a certain event happened. She got sad and she couldn't continue.
I finished it. I did. It just took me a few days to get back to it because I was mourning.
Everybody in our class hated that book except for us.
Oh.
And we're like, but it's so good.
I love the sort of books that are like more survival thing, like where it's a contained environment, where it's a little group of people put out in a different sort of, circumstance from what they're used to, and they're just like off to fend for themselves. It's like Hunger Game-esque, kind of, in the sense.
I also really like symbolism and like metaphorical kind of ideas in books. I like thinking about what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Which is why I like Life of Pi, and why I like Beatrice and Virgil, and why I like Life of Pi. Or I just said I meant Lord of the Flies. My bad. And stuff
and
like
why
that.
I like Yann Martel.
Yann Martel was a good book. But yeah, I like some books are fun where you just go along for the ride, and you don't really have to care about symbolism and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I like thinking deeper on subjects, and I like books that force you to think about that kind of stuff.
I like that, but I don't like books that are too metaphorical
No,
and
I don't like overly metaphorical stuff. I'll get that straight now.
Things that are like, hey, this is a metaphor. Do you get it yet? I'm gonna explain to you how this is a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like books that have foreshadowing, and
I love foreshadowing.
I understand the foreshadowing.
I like when you go through a book and you don't catch it the first time.
Yeah.
And then you go reread the book, and then you're like,
That happened to me. There's so much foreshadowing in Lord of the Flies. Like, even one of the things that was foreshadowed, the teacher didn't even know about, and I picked it up.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't really want to say it. It was, somebody said, like, I can't remember what was said, but it was foreshadowing about the character Piggy. And it was something like really little that it was foreshadowing to something that happens to him later. And like, yeah, I'd picked up on it and I wrote about it in an essay.
I remember talking to you about that.
Yeah.
I feel like we should, never mind.
What?
It's just, say about like, how in school when we were reading Lord of the Flies, since we were like the only people who enjoyed reading it and therefore read it. There was like, sometimes we play these little games in school where
basically we played Jeopardy.
Yeah, we played Jeopardy.
Remember our Canada Day thing?
Lord of the Flies. Yeah.
We were all in like the same row. And so we're going
we
for
were on
rows.
A team.
Everybody else in the class we either didn't like, or we didn't really know, or who didn't like us, stuff like that. We didn't talk to them.
Yeah.
So we were all in a group together just because we were all in the same row, happenstance. And so we were like putting up our hands every time question, or I guess we were hitting the desk or something like that. But we were getting like everything.
We so rocked that game. We were
so rocked that game.
That was probably our like whole participation mark was based on that, just because we never participate in anything.
Every time there's like a Jeopardy thing that we do like that, I'm always like pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Like I had one geography, and like I was so boss at that. People were like, "You go, you," and I can't say the other person's name because I don't feel like revealing who it was. But there was like somebody in front of me who was also getting a lot of correct answers that we know of, and it was just kind of funny. But in the Lord of the Flies one, we had gotten them all, and like some other people had gotten a few, but like we had like way more points than everybody else.
Yeah.
So, and the prize was like this like candies, like a thing of jelly beans and stuff. And we won, and we're like, yay! And everybody gave us the biggest death glare I've ever seen. Like, a collective death glare.
The room was silent, and they just glared at us.
It's so funny.
Sometimes I really miss high school.
That's right. Yeah. Eat a jelly bean.
Because, what?
I was gonna say, do you remember that time Yumi and Brooke were in science and we had to do this chemistry thing, and it was hey, whoever like puts this thing together the fastest gets chocolate, and we were like, instead of having chocolate bars, not participate in this thing where we have to talk to people.
Okay,
and
so
our teacher was like, why do you not want to talk to people? And we were like, we don't like talking to people.
I remember that. Okay, the game was like we had to put together, I think it was like chemical formulas or something.
Yeah.
So we won that because we did it in the fastest time, and the prize was chocolate bars. But that same day we had to go down to like a career fair or something, and the teacher had given us little sheets to go up and like question people. That sounds weird, but he gave us little questionnaire things. He gave us questionnaire things to go up to people and like talk to them about whatever the heck. Oh, it was a co-op fair, I think. Is what it was.
Yeah.
And so we'd walked around and we were like, we really don't want to do this. So we went up to the teacher and I said, so, we won that thing, right? And, you don't have the chocolate for us, so can we just not do this? And he was like, why? And I said, we just don't like talking to people. And he was like, he laughed, and then he said, you're just so honest. I'm gonna let you do this.
We just don't like talking to people.
So we didn't have to do it, but nobody ended up having to do it because nobody else did it.
And
And
then
we never got our chocolate bars.
But at least you guys didn't have, like, the opportunity or possibility of getting in trouble by not doing your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we're like, hey, we really don't want to go around and question these people about things.
That was the thing that, like, I don't know, it stood out in my life. Like, someone telling me that we're so honest about not liking
people. Liking
Well,
to talk to people.
Liking talk, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that we don't like people, it's that it's hard to talk to people.
Yes, it is. So, yeah. And I covered all my favorite books. Did
I have one left.
Okay.
And that's The Book Thief.
I saw somebody reading that at work the other day.
It's so good.
It sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's about this girl in Germany, and she is brought to this place with foster parents, I guess. And did I already say that it's during World War One? No?
No.
Well, it is. And narrated by Death. And
that's the part that I'm really interested in, is that it's narrated by Death.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Death usually, like, talks about things as, like, he'll describe things like the sky with food, or, like, how it would taste or smell, or, like, colors, which is cool. And the first, like, I don't know, 80 pages is kind of, like, it's boring. But once you actually start meeting the characters and going further through the book, it is so good. And if you, like, then, after finishing, go and read it from the beginning again, the beginning is actually really great because you understand everything. And you're like, oh, this is happening, or that was happening. And another thing that was, I think, kind of great, but at the same time really, really heartbreaking, is that Death outright tells you that one of the characters is going to die, and that's like halfway through the book. So you go through the rest of it thinking, when's it going to happen?
That sounds like a really good book.
It is.
I need
so
to read that.
Good.
I need to read a lot of books that I have and never read.
Same. I have like 15 or so books that I have to read. None of them are short.
No. They're all pretty much long books.
So, I mean, remind me to read The Book Thief once I manage to somehow catch up.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of books where it's like, yeah, I'll read this. And sometimes I, like, start reading it because I'm at my mom's or something. And so I'm like, well, I have nothing else to do, so I'll read this because there's no internet and I don't have video games. And then I get to a certain part in the book or something, like near the beginning, and then I was like, oh, I'll just stop right here. And then I don't read it again. And then I come to the apartment or townhouse or whatever I'm living in, and and I don't pick it up again because I have internet and video games.
Yeah.
And company come over and stuff like that.
Anytime that I'm leaving to go somewhere, I grab a book. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to read it. Because I know that I carried Ender's Game around in my bag for like a month before I actually got to it.
Yeah. There's a book that I'm trying to get through. I think I mentioned it before. It's good. I can't get through it. I don't know. It bugs me. The chapters are too long. I have it next to my bed at all times in case I want to, like, go to bed and read for a bit. And I take it with me anytime that there's, like, a long trip or drive or whatever. And, and sometimes, like, my internet will go out or the power will go out. And I'm like, I could read, but because the internet has gone out without my choosing for it to go out, I'm like, no, I want to be on, like, an electronic device right now. And,
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, you just like mentioned times whenever you like have nothing else to do but read, and I realized that I'm going camping at the end of this month, which means one, I can read, and two, I probably won't be here for the podcast.
When?
I don't remember the exact days. I think it's the 25th to 27th of August.
Oh, I was like, you mean like today when this is coming out?
No. Or it might be like the 24th to the 27th. I don't know.
You might still be okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll take care of that
Maybe,
whenever it comes
yeah.
up.
I'm just saying, because I know it's near the end of the month. I don't know which day it's on. I think it's near a weekend. It might not be. I have no clue. I just know that I'm going to be gone.
Okay.
I'll take pictures for you.
Yay!
Here's me with the book. Here's me with the book standing by the water. Here's me with the book standing on a dock. Yo, I'm in a canoe. You know? That's
with
going to
the
be...
book.
I remember finishing reading a book in like one car ride. And it was from your place where you are, not right now, but where you were like a year or two ago, Michelle. Or something like that. Or we were coming back from, anyway, we're coming back from that area.
Was this in, I'll just say Trout Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
so
what?
We were coming back from there, and I had gotten a book at the Kohl's that was there, and I literally read it on the way back, and I finished it on the way back. And I think you saw me finish it on the way back.
Probably.
And I was like, well, that's done, because it's like 3 hours I finished the book. Like, I guess, what else am I doing in the car, but...
Okay, I believe that we have talked for a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
Decent.
Like always, you can comment on our videos, or you can send us comments on Tumblr or Twitter or whatever you want to do. Why don't you send us, if you have a favorite book, tell us what your favorite book is and why, and I'll add it to my 15 book list.
We might buy it and then it'll be on our bookshelf for a really long time.
We'll talk about it in like 3 years when we actually read it. But no, seriously, send us what your favorite kind of books are. Or maybe you don't like to read and you read maybe comic books or whatever. Send us that kind of stuff. Anything.
Do it.
Do we interact?
Read?
What?
I said do it.
Oh, I thought you said we, and I was like, what? Are you gonna do this? So, we will talk at you guys next week, and yeah, have a nice evening.
Yes.
Go watch RWBY.
Have a pleasant day. Watch RWBY. Read, maybe, if you wanna.
Not gonna tell you
I probably won't.
Yeah. So, bye everybody.
Bye. Bye.